Just bear with me. I'm going to read this as best I can. How do I express the impact, the loss of my beloved, my dearest friend, my future wife-to-be, has on me in 3 to 5 minutes? How do I sum up the pain and the trauma of these last 23 months in this brief proceeding? How can I provide the court the impact of a lost future? What would have potentially been 30 to 40 years filled with love, with family, with joy, with laughter? I cannot, except to say that the day of July 15th, 2017 was the last time I felt a sense of happiness, a sense of trust, and that everything could be okay. When I met Justine, I knew she was my soulmate. I recognized her. It was a recognition of someone I felt I knew so well, yet had just met. For my part today, I'm going to read this as if reading it to Justine, which will indicate my impact. Dear Justine, I miss you so much, every day. Every moment. I don't understand how such a thing could happen to you and to us. We both lived with our hearts open, caring for others. Loving you had my heart grow in ways I didn't even know it could. As we fell in love, suddenly all the Rumi poems made perfect sense. He wrote these for us, for our true love. My heart aches every day. I miss waking up next to you. So many mornings, the first thing out of your mouth would make me laugh. I miss your wittiness. I miss your Muppet-like way of being in the world. You were so light, so silly, giving me and others permission to do the same. I miss going to bed with you at night, snuggling before bed, sharing what we were grateful for before going to sleep. I miss your bright intelligence, always knowing the correct thing to do. I miss your deep wisdom that provided me guidance when I was confused. You were able to see the beauty in things so often missed by others. You saw the natural beauty, the intelligence in all of nature. You saw the world as this world rightly seen. And I missed the way you paused and then with a gasp of fascination marveled at the simple things we all take for granted. It could be a squirrel, a chipmunk, snow falling, the change of seasons. You reminded me to remember to be present for it all. We made our house a home, filled with joy and laughter. I'm so sorry I had to sell our house that contained all those memories. Every time I went in that alley, I saw you walking barefoot in your pajamas toward that police car. Toward that unexpected and violent death. In my mind, I begged you to turn around. Every day I had to drive past the place you took your last breaths, and I just couldn't stay there. The trauma was too much to bear. Every Saturday, for the first year after you died, at 11:39 p.m., The exact time we hung up the phone, I walked down that end of that alley. Just as you did. I would light a candle just so you would see me. I sat in the spot you died. I looked up at the streetlight above me, knowing that was the last thing you saw. I would then leave and go back toward the house, wishing you too had been able to walk back toward the house. After speaking with the officers, I want you to know that I don't go to that spot any longer. I can't even drive past that place. It hurts too much. My heart starts to ache. My pulse quickens. My breath shortens. And I want to remember how you lived, not how you were murdered. I saw your wedding dress for the first time a week after you died. I got to touch it as I cried. Alone in the shop where you purchased it. I had an experience of what that magical wedding night in Hawaii would have been like. I fantasized about seeing you walk on the beach in that dress toward me to exchange our vows. I fantasized about kissing you as they designated us man and wife. But these are not memories, but sad wishes of what will never be. Our plans to conceive a child in Egypt in fall of 2018 would have meant this baby would have soon been born. Any day now, we would have been parents. You were the stepmom to my only son, Zach. Zach loved you. He knew you loved him deeply, and you were there for him in a way no one had ever been there like you had. So much taken away in a single violent moment. And I wish I could have said goodbye to you. To have held you as your breath slipped away. I would have whispered that I love you and that it's going to be okay. Even if it wasn't. I wish you could have seen my eyes looking lovingly at you as you died. But I didn't get to say goodbye, to hug you one last time. You died on a slab of concrete surrounded by strangers, some of whom did not care about you one bit. I'm sorry I told you to call the police that night. I believed they would help you and help that woman in distress. It was at my direction that you summoned your own death. I have to live with that for the rest of my life. Me and my son, my mother, have a life sentence of living without you. And I don't know that I will ever love again. And I know it won't be love like this. I don't understand why such a thing would happen. How one's uncontrolled fear can result in your unjust and violent death. You didn't deserve that. Our families don't deserve this. But I will always love you. We dedicated a park bench at the exact location where you and I professed our love for the first time, near the creek. On that bench is inscribed, "Love is never lost." This is true. But life is lost. Your life is lost. Part of my life forever lost. I love you and I will miss you forever, Justine. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.